The Most High only cares about you and you only. These people on this chart and the people that descend from us scattered abroad. You understand me? So with that being said, I told you that.
So are they descendants of black people?
Who's
like
they? White folks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all come from us. But
okay, just making sure.
Esau is our brother though.
Okay, one second.
Good.
He's not only a descendant of our people. You can't call it. This is more important.
Yeah.
Bet. So
She
look.
got her own mind.
Yeah. So look. What was I saying?
He was about to explain to her how Esau is
Esau.
his relationship with us.
Esau's our brother, right? Basically, we come from the same womb. Science backs this up too. Y'all got time to hear the Bible? You want to hear the Bible?
Concentrate.
So look. Esau, the so-called white man, comes from the same womb. When you go look up science and what science tells you, they'll tell you that the so-called Negro from West Africa that was taken on slave ship and the so-called white man have one genetic mother in common, right? When you go into the Bible, the book of Genesis chapter 25, it explains that mother was Rebecca.
Yes.
We had Isaac and Rebecca, right? They had twins.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 25.
Starts at 22.
We're gonna start at 22.
We're gonna get it. If you got time for me to read this last quick.
And it reads, and the children struggled together within her.
Right?
And
Hold on just a second, brother. I got you.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So it was children struggling within her womb. She had twins, right? He's gonna tell you why. Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So she's asking the Most High, Yahweh, why is this happening to me? Why am I feeling these pains in my stomach like my kids are fighting right now? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So it says 2 nations are in your womb, right? The Most High deals with nationality, not ethnicity or race, right?
Right.
There's 18 nations in the Bible. Everybody on the planet only comes from 18 people. You understand me? We come from Jacob. The white man comes from Esau, right? The Asians come from Elam and Moab and Ammon, all that stuff, so on and so forth. So 18 nations, and 2 of them come from one womb, Isaac and Rebecca. You understand? Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
That's why the white man and the so-called black man can't never get along, because it was ordained from the beginning
They be
that
watching
we
us.
separated from the bowels of our one foremother, Rebecca, that we have in common. You understand? So it's 2 nations and 2 manner of people. That's why we act totally different. The white man's a completely different person than us, right? Only way they can never act like us. Say what? Oh yeah. So the only way
And he said, who's the white man? Answer his question.
the white man is Esau.
There you go.
According to the Bible.
Now continue teaching.
We just read that. It's gonna expound on it. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other
So
people.
it's going to be one people that are going to be stronger than the other people that come from the same womb, right? When you look at sports, who's always better at sports? The white man or the black man, right? If we had the same amount of education as them and didn't get a 4-year, 100-year start, wouldn't we be better? Because we got people, we was in captivity 400 years and we just as smart as the white man right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, actually, we've been smarter. Because even in slavery, we was inventing every damn thing. I mean, come on now. I mean, there's no inferiority complex over here.
They can calculate numbers and stuff.
Of course. Well, what did they have to do to get the guys that could read the stars and chart the stars so they could have they had astronomers of our people to help them navigate the water.
And are they even
There's no
strong enough to
landmarks
go
in the
through
ocean.
slavery?
You know what I'm
They
saying?
ain't had GPS back then.
That's right. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And it says the older child is going to serve the younger child, right? When you go into this, Esau is going to come out first. The so-called white man came out the womb first. And he's supposed to serve us. That's why there was 1,200 years of dark ages.
Right.
We were able to push them to the Caucasus Mountains. And they called themselves the Caucasian to acknowledge that. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't give him that name. Shalom, Mark.
Shalom, brother.
So go ahead.
And reading on, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
She had twins in her womb. Come on.
And the first came out red.
The first came out red. You ever seen a white person before? Are they ever actually white?
Are they this color?
When they have a white shirt on, are they the same color as their white shirt? Well, what do we call them in the South?
Of course, but what's another name?
It's a name with a color in it that we call them. Rednecks. You know why we call them rednecks? Huh?
Damn red.
Because when they ain't got no suntan lotion or no clothes that's gonna block the sun from them, they turn red, right? As soon as they get mad at a Negro, they get red, right?
Any emotion they feel, they turn red.
So back then, the sun was hotter than it is now. Wasn't no ozone layer being destroyed and all that type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So it was able to beam down on it. These people were born and they was in the Middle East. They look red all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Wasn't no suntan lotion, none of that. They didn't get the pale skin tone until we pushed them to the Caucasus Mountains. And they had thousands of years to adapt to being in the dark. So they became pale, right?
Yeah, it's cold.
Right. Esau actually means wasted away.
I read it in the ISIS paper.
So hold on. So Esau means wasted away, and Edom means red. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let him finish that.
Reading on. The first came out red all over like in hairy garment.
Aren't the white folks hairy? Ain't they like the hairiest people on the block? When you look at
he appears.
You see what I'm saying? When you look at pictures of the caveman, isn't it always a red hairy person?
Right. So easily a caveman could do it.
They're described the same way in the Bible, just like the Geico commercial, right? It's always a white person, so-called, right? That's because the white man knows that's who they are, according to the Bible. They are Esau, the Edomites, right? They're red like a hairy garment. Always gonna be red, and they're always gonna be hairy.
Look at a white person, look just alike.
A rhesus monkey, most definitely. And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau, right? Because he lacked pigmentation. He was red all over, he lacked pigmentation, and he was hairy. So that's who the white man is. He's Esau, according to the Bible. The man that the Most High hates. We read in Malachi, right? I hated Esau, but I love Jacob, right? That's the Most High telling you right there, he hates the white man. Because he already knew back then all the atrocities he was going to do on the earth.
Exactly.
The book of 2nd Ezra, you read it earlier, says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Right.
This world has to end. That's when Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's going to come back in World War III to save us and destroy the rest of the world, and then give us back the kingdom, which is going to be on earth. Heaven's not a place you die and go to. Heaven's going to be on earth. That's why it says that in the Lord's Prayer, right? Thy kingdom done, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
It's because everything's going to be here.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So reincarnation, y'all believe in it?
Reincarnation?
Regeneration. Reincarnation is what the Indians made to say that you could come back as that light post over there.
Or a roach.
Or a roach.
A damn butterfly.
Yeah, right?
No.
But regeneration means that you regenerate throughout your generations. So you're like your great-great-great-grandmother.
I'm going to show you that.
You feel what I'm saying?
What the Bible's going to show.
Please don't smoke that cigarette.
You had a precept? Go ahead and get that right here.
It's out.
Go ahead and get that precept.
Yeah. Well, it was dealing with
Esau.
Yo, you know what?
Bring it out.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Yeah, right. So the Bible tells you we all Abraham. Well, I mean, the white man tells you we all Abraham's kids, right?
Right.
We should love everybody. We all brothers in Abraham, right? But what did it say? Read that again.
Neither because they are the children of Abraham are they all children.
Yeah, because everybody basically comes from Abraham. Everybody that's a Shemite, that's like 7 nations, yo. There's
a lot more that don't come from.
Yeah, right. That's us, the white man,
Elam,
yeah, the
Ishmael,
East Indian, the Arabs, you know what I'm saying, and the Asians, Moab and Ammon, all come from Abraham. But we not brothers. They don't look at us as brothers, right? Notice I didn't say the African, because the Africans are Hamites. We can't be Africans. We got 2 different forefathers. You understand what I'm saying? They sold us to the white man.
Right.
That's also in the Bible. It's in the book of Amos. You feel? So, what do you had a precept?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So like, that is they which are children of the flesh.
Right.
They are not the children of God, but the children of the promises are counted for the seed.
Right. So it says the children of the promises are counted for the seed, right? Those promises are talked about in Romans chapter 9, verse 1, right? The promises are only for the seed of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
So the Christian church tell you that the Bible's for everybody, right? The Christian church tell you the Bible's for everybody, right? But really, it ain't supposed to be for everybody. The Bible's only for the people that the covenant's before, which is us Israelites. You understand what I'm saying? Just brotherly love, brother. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying?
And we still got, and there's another reason you need to put that on.
Because we gotta talk to you.
Because we gotta talk to you.
You wanna talk to her now?
And you. Both of you together. See how the Most High did that?
Are y'all together?
This is my
That's your
cousin.
Back there.
But them two.
What's your dad's nationality?
My dad's black.
So you would be a so-called Judite, a woman from the tribe of Judah, right? Same tribe as Christ. You feel me? What about you? Where's your dad?
He black.
Same thing, right?
And to see how they're different, but they're the same tribe.
His mom.
Right.
His mom is what?
White.
But it goes through the seed of the father.
Yeah. So he's Israelite. But check it out though. Also, there's a concept. He has to try the spirit of his mother. I'm not just going because we haven't seen it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the maturity.
His mom could be an Israelite too. There's a scripture, Daniel chapter 9 and 8, which says, amongst the children of Jacob, there's confusion of faces. We had people back in the way back in the day, even in my families, who had a thing for white women. You feel? And throughout that time period, if your forefathers keep getting with white women over a time period, you're gonna eventually look white. You understand what I'm saying?
It's called confusion of face.
Right. So it's a possibility that his mom could be an Israelite. Just, you know, got mixed up throughout her generations, had a bunch of white foremothers, and now her forefathers look white. But really, they're black people. You understand what I'm saying? So he would have to do the research on his mom's side of the family to find it out. It's very possible. You feel? So he could be all the way Israelite. You never know. He just got to try the spirit by the spirit.
All the way.
But you know what I mean? He's all the way Israelite because we go by our father's seed. But I'm talking about his mom could be one too. You feel what I'm saying? So don't count her out yet. Were you gonna continue? That's it.
She can't get away.
Yeah. Hurry up with your precept.
No, go ahead. You're trying to get out of here. You can't go nowhere.
So look, we got to get to the laws, right?
Right.
Because the Bible, it's not just knowing about you being an Israelite. You give me Matthew chapter 5. Since you're in the New Testament right now.
Bring it out.
And then you give me Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30.
Get Deuteronomy 10 and 12 too in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. 10 and 12.
And get Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Let's get Deuteronomy 10 and 12 first, and then jump to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. But hold it, and then I want you to read that. 5 and 17.
You got 10 12?
Whoever got 10 and 12, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Listen good. Listen good.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So it says the Lord thy God again, right? Anytime it says Lord, it's the Most High's name. The Christian church tell you it's Yahweh, right? His real name is Yahweh. There's no E in Hebrew, right? So Yahweh is the Most High's name. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The letter J wasn't invented until 1632, so his name can't be Jesus. And we're talking about the black guy, because the white man is named Jesus. That's who they changed the name for. You feel me? Cesare Borgia is his real name. He's a real person. He's the son of a pope, Pope Alexander VI. That's why he gets to be the white boy that we call Jesus Christ today.
That's right.
It's part of the Renaissance, the rebirth. All that happened during this time period. All right, go ahead.
Switch it up. Start over. And now,
Yeah, they wrote amendments to take away their commandments.
Yes. There you go.
And now, Israel, what doth Yahweh thy power require of thee?
So what does the Most High, thy God, thy power require of you, right? Go ahead.
But to fear Yahweh thy power,
So to fear the Most High basically means to do what he says, right? Go ahead.
to walk in all his ways,
To walk in his ways means to do what he says, right? Go ahead.
and to love him,
And to love him, right? We're going to go into the Bible. The Christian church tell you God is love, right? Somebody pull that for me in 1 John. Go ahead.
and to serve Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy
So
soul,
it says to serve him with all thy heart and all thy soul, right? What's the next verse say?
to keep the commandments of Yahweh,
To keep the commandments, right? All of that he said before, that's the summary right there. It means to keep the commandments, right? But the Christian church only teaches you 10 commandments, right? Moses came off the mountain with 613. You feel? That's why the Christian church only teaches you 10. Because they think it's not going to be possible for you to follow them 613 law. But it is though. Go ahead.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day
Right.
for thy good.
Yeah, right? So he commanded us this day for his good, right? Well, for our good. We would do good if we followed the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High.
Right.
Remember in Deuteronomy 28:15, said that we're in this position right now. All these curses came upon us because we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord our God, right? To follow his commandments. Verse 1 of that same chapter tells you about the blessings we were going to have once we did follow the commandments. One of them was us being above all people on the face of the earth. Dark ages was us being rich, having all these different resources.
Right.
The book of 2nd Ezra says that the whole world was made for our sakes.
Our sakes.
That's everybody on the world too. Everybody here that's not an Israelite is supposed to be our slave. And that's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be for.
That's
Right?
And we can prove this.
Come.
And it's going to be fun.
We're going to do it after we teach her the laws. Read what you got.
This is 1 John 5, verse 3.
But the Christian church says God is love, right? But what is the love of God?
For this is the love of God,
Right? Go ahead.
that we keep his commandments.
But the Christian church tells you that the commandments are done away with. So how is the Christian church still loving God when the New Testament tells you that the love of God is to keep his commandments?
Right.
So it's a good thing you don't go to church because everybody in there is a damn lie. You understand?
That's right.
You
22 and 5?
Yeah, get that. So check this out. And Leviticus chapter 13.
I got it.
I bet. So look, knowing that you're an Israelite, there's certain things that you have to do. You understand me? Because, I needed that Matthew 5 first. Bring that out. 17.
It's the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and 17.
This is Jesus' word, right? It's red letters.
Oh, it's a lot of madness right now. Because they listening, it's working, they understanding. So here comes the foolishness. We're not gonna let that happen. Let it die down so the word can come out smooth. Go ahead.
All right, be good. Let's go. 5 and 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and 17.
Bring it out.
Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets.
So this is Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We say ignorantly because that's not his name. All right. So it said that think not that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. So I didn't come to destroy what Moses said, or none of the laws he gave you in the Torah, all 613 of them, or what the prophet said after him. I only came to fulfill these things. Right? Go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
There it is. Come on.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Right. So it says till heaven and earth pass away. Right. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. So regardless of what the Christian church tell you, Creflo Dollar go up there every Saturday and say that the law's done away with. TD Jakes go up there every Saturday, or every Sunday and say that the law's done away with. Right. But this is Jesus himself saying that he didn't come to destroy the law, he came to fulfill. Till heaven and earth pass away, which is when he's going to return, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. So that means it's never going to be done away. Because we can look up, we see heaven, right? And we standing on earth. So that means as long as we're here, we're supposed to be following all of the laws that he gave us to follow, right? Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments,
Right.
and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So it says, whosoever shall break any of the least commandments and teach men so, I don't know who they are. They're going to be least in the kingdom of heaven, right? So being least in the kingdom, some people would think, oh, well, at least you still get to go, but that ain't really what it is, right? Keep going. Don't lose your spot, bro. All right.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven if you do and teach the law, right? Which is not what your Christian church is telling you. Read verse 20.
Verse 20, for verily I say unto you, that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees,
Come on.
ye shall in no case enter the kingdom of heaven.
So the scribes and Pharisees taught the people to teach the law, but they didn't actually follow it, right?
Right.
So he's telling you, if you're not doing at least what the scribes and Pharisees were teaching you to do, you ain't even gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven. And the Christian church ain't even teaching you to do what the scribes and Pharisees were teaching, because they're teaching you the laws done away with. So right now, there's no Christian at no matter what denomination, according to what Jesus just said in Matthew chapter 5:17, verse 20, that's gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven, because none of them are following the laws. Not one. You understand what I'm saying? So to expound on that, let's get some of the laws that you need to be following, right? Or you're not gonna make it.
Hey, listen good, you too.
All right? Because this is Jesus saying right now, if you don't follow at least what the scribes and Pharisees were saying, you ain't gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven. The scribes and Pharisees might not have been teaching what we about to tell you right now.
Now get a good look at our sisters over here.
You see how they dressed?
Uh-oh.
She catches something.
What?
Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a
You
man.
can record, we good. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, right? Esau trying to be sneaky. Yeah. So look. What pertains to a man? What type of clothing? Go ahead and read the next part. Read the next part.
You gotta speak up.
Althea?
Yes.
Can't hear you.
I don't know. Sexual.
We'll read the next part. Let's,
You gonna say something about her
Might help.
pants, right?
Deuteronomy
bro. You're supposed to let her answer. I let her get it. Come on.
chapter
movement. You next.
22 and verse
We
5.
gotta get on you too now.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Come on, keep going.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So look, it says, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, right? We got a brother over there with a wig on and stuff. She just brought the brother some food. He made it manifest right up to bringing out the scripture, right? Every time the Christian church is cool with homosexuality, right? It's cool with brothers walking around Atlanta, 5 points, in Woodruff Park with dresses on.
Yeah.
And that's all we see around here, right? The Christian church is fine with that.
Come as you are.
But the Bible isn't though, right? It said that, finish that scripture out.
It says, I'm gonna start back from the top.
Go ahead.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Go ahead.
For all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh thy power.
So it's an abomination for a man to wear a dress, and it's an abomination for a woman to wear the garment that pertaineth unto a man.
Right.
So what is that garment that pertains to a man? What's the saying? Who wears the pants in the relationship? Who's supposed to answer that question?
Man.
The man, right?
Yeah.
You know why? Because pants were made for men.
Yeah.
Well, why do you have a zipper in the middle of your pants right now? What's the functionality of that zipper?
For I don't know, to take my pants off.
You don't
But
need that.
For the men, is to take their little
Right?
back out.
But you know why? Even for women jeans, as tight as they are, they still gotta put that zipper there?
Yeah.
Because it's only one way to engineer pants, and to keep both legs together. You have to give it a zipper. You have to stitch it a certain way. That's why only the men were allowed to wear them. Because we the only thing that got something to pull out the zipper. You understand what I'm saying? Women have a dress, because y'all
why I
not
only
supposed to
couldn't
be
look at
struggling to sit down on the toilet. You're supposed to just be able to pull up your dress and do what you gotta do. You
And
understand what I'm saying?
your anatomy.
You also have to, not to get vulgar, but you gotta be able to breathe. You understand?
Let it breathe.
Women get this thing called yeast infection that we never had a problem with back when we was in our own land. Because women wasn't wearing pants. They was always able to breathe. You understand? But since what's that movement called?
It was basically
women's
Me Too,
rights
the
movement.
first Me Too movement.
Yeah, right.
Well, I can do it too.
So the first women's rights movement, when all the men was sent out to World War II, the white women wanted to work the jobs that the men was working,
Yeah,
right?
they started
They
wearing-
wanted to put on overalls and stuff and
Yeah.
wear the pants in the relationship.
Bring it out, huh?
Then we got to the 70s and women like, what's her name? Not Angela Bassett, but Angela Davis, right? Angela Davis and the women that were following her jumped behind the white woman to get rights for the black women that they didn't even need. They didn't want at that time. Our women were fine wearing pants. Dresses.
Our
You
foremothers used
understand
to
me?
pick cotton
In dresses. They wouldn't talk about it's too cold to wear a dress. No, it was, I'd rather have this dress on than them pants, massa. You understand what I'm saying? But as soon as the white woman want to put on some pants, now our women don't even like wearing dresses. You understand what I'm saying? It's all to be like the white woman. You feel me? And it's vice versa with our men. But our people don't get that self-consciously, all right? Who got the Leviticus chapter 13, verse
It's the
30?
book of Leviticus, chapter 13 and verse
Can I
30.
read a precept? Yeah. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30.
Check this out. This is important because it's a trend going on with our sisters right now that needs to stop. Or all of them are gonna die according to the Most High. You have to stop it too, because our men are doing the same trend. Go ahead.
Then the priest shall see the plague.
It's a plague what we about to tell you guys, right? Go ahead.
And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin,
If it's in the sight, deeper than the skin, meaning you can see it and it's connected to your skin, right? Go ahead.
and there be in it a yellow thin hair,
Yellow thin hair, right? You know what blonde means? Blonde is French for yellow, right? There's only one nation of people naturally that are born with blonde hair, right? Albinos isn't a nation of people. Albino is leprosy. That's a curse.
we're about to read that.
You feel? It's only one people that are born with it naturally that don't think they're cursed. You know what I'm saying? A black person's supposed to be albino. They got broad features like us and stuff, right? But they're born with lack of pigmentation, like Esau. You understand me? So they get skin cancer and all that stuff just like white people. That's why they had to invent skin, what's it called?
Sunscreen.
A suntan lotion, sunscreen. We don't need to wear that. We got melanin. Don't matter where you go on the earth, as hot as it's gonna be, you don't need no damn suntan lotion. But the white man will.
But be careful, I got sunburned once.
I ain't never been sunburned.
I was in Mexico.
That's why they created that banana boat.
I was in Mexico. I took that L. I didn't do like a white man, but it hurt.
I ain't never
Huh?
been sunburned.
Time is limited.
Time is limited. All right, let's get that last.
Not that deep. We out here all day,
I'm not
baby.
just driving, but I can't be out here.
Okay, listen. And there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
So the priest is pronouncing everybody unclean. That's the Black, Latino, Native American Indians that right now is wearing blonde hair. If you was to die, if the Most High took your life right now, God forbid, you would not make it into the kingdom of heaven just because of what you got on your head.
Because my hair is blonde.
Yeah, because your hair is blonde. And because you got pants on, because that's an abomination to the Most High.
Yeah.
If you died right
What
now,
am I doing right?
you would not make it. What are you doing right?
Listening.
You came here to listen to the Most High.
That's right.
Man's going is of the Lord, right? So how can a man understand his own way? You was brought here, didn't know he was gonna be here, but you stopped, right? 2/3. I think it was like 5 of y'all, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Only 2 of y'all stayed. 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed. 1/3 is gonna be saved by the Most High.
And that's what y'all represent right now.
1/3 stayed. 2/3 is out there shooting a YouTube video.
Right.
When they could have been shooting us on YouTube. We was just on the national news. Anything y'all put on the channel gonna get views right now. That has Hebrew Israelites on it. We was on CNN last week. You feel what I'm saying? But they decided not to do that. The Most High didn't want them to hear this. They wanted y'all to hear it. You understand? So take that with you. That's something you did right. You got to come here and hear the word. Now you have to apply it to your life.
Right.
Right? You can get us on YouTube. Since y'all mentioned YouTube, we're the Sons of Thunder Israelites on YouTube.
They got a card.
Right. So you can go on that card, type it in, subscribe, and learn everything you need to learn. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't even gonna hold you up no more since you said you gotta go.
Yeah, I ain't driving.
Darius.
That's what she's calling me.
And Althea. Chanel. Marvin.
I see Marvin before.
I seen him before.
I see you before at 5.
So now what you gotta also do is you gotta be thankful, because everybody doesn't have an ear to hear. That was a lot of information that the young brother disseminated. It's a lot to take in, but y'all had the temperament and the attitude to hear it. The Most High put that spirit on you. It could be very easy, you're just not in the mood right now to listen to all that and learn that today, and you keep strolling on your merry way. So that means that you've been chosen now. That means the Most High has picked you, and He wants you to know this.